Playing with LeBron James has been attractive for many veterans over the years. Add that to the benefits of being a celebrity in Los Angeles, as well as the other great things like amazing weather year-round and excellent food, you'd have quite the attractive place to play. And that's what several veterans told HoopsHype's Alex Kennedy this week. So much so that they'd take the minimum just to play in that situation. James officially declined his option on Friday and has elected to become an unrestricted free agent, increasing the chances that he would go to the Lakers or stay at home with Cleveland, while basically ruling out the Houston Rockets. And the Philadelphia 76ers also apparently have a chance. However, the Lakers with LeBron are clearly the destination on everybody's mind. So without further explanation, here are 10 players that the LeBron Lakers could potentially add with a minimum. 1. Richard Jefferson. For starters, Richard Jefferson has credited living in Los Angeles, doing yoga and playing beach volleyball for extending his NBA career. And the extension of his career had him cross paths with LeBron James in Cleveland. En route to the 2016 NBA championship, Jefferson became a fixture of the locker room and a reliable source of content for LeBron's uninterrupted media company on the road trip and podcast. Jefferson has been a dependable three-point shooter and only lost his spot on the roster thanks to the signing of Dwyane Wade and the addition of rookie Cedi Osman. He lives in Los Angeles already and is close with James. Despite his best attempts to throw everyone off the scent, Jefferson could certainly play alongside LeBron James and for his college teammate buddy Luke Walton. 2. Channing Frye. Jefferson's road trip co-star, Frye is also an easy choice for several of the reasons we listed above. Three-point shooting, easy-going locker room presence and plenty of laughs. Frye was a key member of the Cavaliers' early season success in 2017-18 but was squeezed out due to numbers and economics. But there's no doubt he helped Cleveland when he played. If the Lakers end up making a deal for Kawhi Leonard and need to sign guys on the cheap, they'd have a tough time finding a better stretch five that would be willing to take a bargain than Frye. In 545 minutes over 44 games, the Cavs outscored their opponents by 7.8 points per 100 possessions when Frye was on the court, according to NBA.com. When he was off the court, Cleveland was outscored by nearly 3 points per 100 possessions. So, Frye in the right context, also known as playing with LeBron, has shown to be a winning player. If he wants to be on a team with title aspirations and stay on the West Coast where he makes his home, shout out to Portland, Frye could be a candidate to take the minimum in a tight market after cashing in on his previous contract. Throw in the fact he can hang out with his buddy RJ, it seems like a sweet deal for Frye. 3. Jamal Crawford. A partnership between Jamal Crawford and LeBron James has been hinted at for a while now. Crawford was considering the Cavs last season and even told reporters he would have gone there had his Pacific Northwest brother Isaiah Thomas been traded to Cleveland sooner. Also, the latest news that Lakers guard Lonzo Ball has a torn meniscus will only strengthen the Lakers' desire to add a veteran point guard, something that was reported prior to the news of Ball's injury. Crawford isn't regarded by many as a true point guard and more of a combo guard, but can step in as a lead creator, if needed. While Crawford isn't a point guard in the traditional sense, fluidity, unpredictability and improvisation are as important as ever in today's NBA. Crawford fits in almost any context, and with a chance to team up with LeBron and stay close to his hometown of Seattle, it could be a hard job to pass up. 4. Shabazz Napier. Some might call Shabazz Napier the first Colin Sexton. But jokes aside, Napier has turned himself into a player in his own right after LeBron James labeled him as his favorite player in the draft before the Miami Heat drafted him prior to James' return to Cleveland. Also, he fits more of a traditional point guard role than Jamal Crawford would, and judging by his solid season playing alongside talented scorers in Portland, Napier should be able to play alongside Crawford in a pinch. Napier had a career season averaging nearly 9 points and 2 assists per game while shooting just under 38% from long distance and a career-high 42% from the field. Napier was also a fairly solid defender last season in Portland, holding his own at the point of attack and being a member of some of the best lineups for Terry Stotts and the Trail Blazers. The Blazers also didn't extend a qualifying offer, making him an unrestricted free agent, a chance to play for a contender, and for his former agent Rob Pelinka could set him up nicely for a bigger bag in what should be a richer 2019. 5. Nerlens Noel. While several of the above have personal connections to LeBron James, Nerlens Noel has a business connection with the King. Noel, represented by Clutch Sports and Rich Paul, is in major need of rehabilitating his value. Noel turned down a big offer last summer and decided to take the qualifying offer for Dallas last year. A fallout with the Mavericks organization, a group that was tanking last year, and Noel followed. Now an unrestricted free agent and only 24 years old, Noel would have an amazing opportunity to rebuild his value on a team with championship aspirations in the nation's entertainment capital. The spotlight would be as bright as ever, but the opportunity would be just as electric. If Noel and the folks at Clutch are looking for a way to get their mobile center back in demand, a stint with the Lakers on the minimum is just the way to do it. 6. Wayne Ellington. After bouncing around teams for a lot of his early career, Ellington found a home in Miami where his outside shooting prowess was not only appreciated, but desperately needed. In the process, he established himself as one of the most feared shooters in the league. James alongside three shooters and especially four shooters is something that we know works extremely well. If the Lakers cash in their assets in a trade, they will need as many competent shooters as possible to make LeBron pop. Ellington did that on a Heat team more or less bereft of shooting and creative prowess, helping them make the playoffs. Ellington's shooting would get a chance to shine alongside LeBron. The only question is if he's willing to take a pay cut for the recognition. 7. Jeff Green. Jeff Green knows how to play alongside LeBron James. While it took a while for the rest of the world to believe that, he showed it in the regular season and eventually during the Eastern Conference Finals. And while he might not be on the court with a stacked super team during crunch time, coming in as a rotation player could be extremely helpful for a cash-strapped Lakers team. He took the minimum last year for the Cavs, and with the market seemingly barren for free agents of his caliber, a minimum deal seems palatable. The Lakers also played at a very fast pace last season and Green flourished in transition. If James heads to Hollywood, Green offers the Lakers a chance to add a player who would have no learning curve on how to play with the King. 8. Willie Reed. Reed is far from a statistical darling, but he does have size and experience that the Lakers might need, especially in the regular season. The Lakers are slated to lose basically all of their nominal big men. Reed could slot as a backup on their bench. Reed, 28, can do a decent job around the rim on both ends and was rumored to be a Lakers target last summer. If the interest is still there and the Lakers remain thin at center, Reed may don the purple and gold. 9. Pearson Elias. Just as we spoke about with Wayne Ellington and Channing Frye, the biggest attraction to adding Ilyasova would be his shooting. A career 36% shooter, Ilyasova also adds some size and positional versatility. He also has experience, something we all know is coveted highly by James. Ilyasova's production slipped in the second round when the Celtics keyed in on Ben Simmons' unwillingness to shoot. Alongside LeBron, who added a strong long-range game to his arsenal, his game would be as susceptible to game planning as it was with the young Sixers. 10. Non-Chris Paul members of the Banana Boat, bonus category. It seems like a lock at this point that Chris Paul will re-sign with the Houston Rockets for a lucrative deal. But there are two members of the Banana Boat gang that could join James in Los Angeles, Carmelo Anthony and Dwyane Wade. It's unlikely that Wade leaves after his apparent difficulty in not being a Heat lifer. Even LeBron said he caught him checking Heat scores when he was on the Cavs. He took the minimum last year to sign with Cleveland and could do the same to stay in South Florida, where his family's home base is and where it seems clear he is happy. Anthony's inclusion is a little more interesting. He just opted into his contract worth just under $28 million and would have been unlikely to get a big deal had he hit the market. That's what makes him a more intriguing candidate for the Cavaliers. If Paul George comes to Los Angeles, he might have even more reason to ask for a buyout, and the Thunder would also have more incentive to build towards the future. Anthony struggles defensively and has been less efficient in recent seasons. However, playing him alongside plus defenders and a close friend in James could give him an unquantifiable boost.